Hello friends, we're here for our Facebook Live. I'm going to show you how to make 4 cute pear fun folds today. So we had a Halloween fun fold class a few weeks ago. Some of y'all got to participate in that. And if you didn't, you should. I have one of those left, so just let me know. But one of the things we did is we made another set of cards using the pear paper. So just to show you, these were the Halloween fun folds that we made. They were adorable using the Spooky Halloween bundle. And I just adapted them to our pear suite. The people that took the Halloween class got, and I don't have the 4th one because it disappeared. The people that took the Halloween class also received the instructions for how to make this. So it's all one in tutorial. And I'm going to show you how to make these today. And just so I don't forget to tell you, if you purchase $35 or more with me online, by August 11th, you will get the PDF that has the tutorials for the Halloween and pear fun folds. All the dimensions, all the directions, how to make these cute cards. Also, there is an in-color sale right now, and we'll get to that in a minute. My name is Cogbill. My business is papermadeprettier.com. I'm on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And on Facebook, please share with your friends so you don't miss another. Subscribe so you don't miss another video. We go live every Wednesday at 1 Central to make pretty cards. Usually I just make 1 card, but today is bonus day. And we're going to make all 4 of these pear cards. Now, up until last week, the pear designer paper was on not orderable, but it's all back in stock that I checked. And it's on sale because if it contains in colors, which it does, then it's on sale. So I didn't even know that until like yesterday. I was noticing some things were on sale that weren't normally on sale. And I was like, what? And we figured it out. The reason I was ordering yesterday, just for point of clarification, is happy shoppers are able to order from the Christmas catalog now. So if you want to be an early adopter of Christmas things, then you need to message me right now and figure out how to best leverage your starter kit. Okay, so we need to get you on a starter kit so that you can also pre-order holiday supplies. All right, back to pears. All right, so we're going to start with this cute card. It's adorable. You would write right here. And I don't know what kind of a fun fold this is, but it's a cute one. All right, so you're going to start with Secret C designer paper, which, by the way, is also on sale with the in-color sale. And you're going to cut off some of the front of it. Again, when you purchase 35 or more from me, you're going to get the tutorial for free with all of the exact measurements. Of course, I got over here with 0 adhesives. Hold on. All right. So we're going to start by putting a little piece of this designer paper to our Secret C card base. Voila. And then we're gonna, this is a little strip that was left over from where you cut that, and you're gonna fold this in half. And this is gonna be your little arm. So you're gonna put some adhesive on the back of it, and then you're gonna line up the fold with this edge, okay? Stick that down, and then you're gonna cover that up with your designer series paper. So no one knows it's back there, okay? Adorable, all right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our little arm. So we're not gonna put it all the way across. We're just gonna put it like on that section. And just figure out where you want your square to be. stick that down, and then we're going to cover that with this piece of the Pear. It's called Pefectly Pears Designer Series paper, but if you just go online and type in Pear, everything will pop up that has to do with the pears. Okay, and then we're going to stick this inside. Now, I thought that I had die cut a pear, but I haven't. So anywho, let me show you. This little die will cut the pears out of a sheet of the designer paper. So there's a sheet that has small pears and large pears that you can die cut them out of. So you can imagine that I did that, and we're going to stick that right there with the dimensional, and then we're going to stamp. Now the pears dies has a medium and a small, like a sentiment die, which fits the sentiments perfectly. I love that about Stampin' Up. Coordination is key, and the dies that are in the set match the stamps. What more could you want? All right, so we're going to stamp congratulations. It's a dainty little congratulations right there with Secret C, and that is going to go on to our, and by the way, the only color ink we're using today is Secret C, which is also, you can see a pattern here, on sale because of the in color sale. So 15% off all in color stuff. So there's your cute little pear card. Die cut, pop that up with the dimensional. Oh, also, the low profile sparkle dots also look great here. I'm going to stick with these greener ones. And of course, my take your pick tool is across the room. So we're just going to struggle here. Going to put 3 of these cuties on. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go get it because that's gonna drive y'all crazy. 1, 2. These particularly, they're low profile, and so they're just harder to pick up with your fingers than, like, say, the other types. And the ribbon that goes with this is this gold and mossy meadow ribbon. And I like it right here on this little arm. So we're going to tie a little ribbon here. My original cards and the pictures that you'll get in the tutorials don't even have ribbon on them because I forgot to put the ribbon on before I took the photos. So you can put the ribbon wherever you want, but that feels like a cool place to put it to me. Okay, so card number 1, moving on to card number 2. By the way, my club members got this as a fun gift. That's why this roll of ribbon has this cute little thing on it. All right, our next card we're making is this sweet guy, and I love it because it looks like this little pear is just sitting on the table waiting to be eaten. And I don't know if you like pears. I want you to tell me in the comments, because if I'm being honest, I don't think I do. I like apples. I guess, to be fair, I would like a fresh pear. It's just that growing up we had a lot of canned fruit, and pears, no. Canned pears, no. Can't. All right, so we're going to stamp A Good Friend is a Gift, and we are going to stamp it just in that upper right hand corner here with Secret C. Voila. And then I've got a little piece of this designer paper to look. I like this because it just kind of makes it look like a table. Again, all the dimensions you can get on for free with a PDF when you order from me this week. So there's a million reasons to order. Number one being the sale, but number two being a free tutorial for these. All right, so we have a little bit of a different spin on this here, which is perfectly fine. Voila. And then you're going to die cut your pear and your stem. The dies cut out both the pear and the stem. There's the stem, there's the pear from the designer paper. So, and you'll just pop that. I did not put dimensionals on that just because I felt like that it was inside, and so I didn't want to add a lot of extra bulk. Now on this card, I would probably add the ribbon here across this layer. I love the way this mossy meadow and gold looks. Now this color of cardstock, oh, I forgot to put that on our list of products used, is Darling Duckling. So at first I was like, did Stampin' Up! Bring back Summer Starfruit when I saw this paper? But no, it goes with Darling Duckling. So that's what this yellow card base is here. So, and that is gonna also be on sale for $11.90. Normally cardstock is $14. So that's a steal. You should go buy all of the end color cardstocks and stock up on them while they're on sale. And let's go ahead and we're gonna put the yellow version of this embellishment on this card. It's a Darling Duckling, but just to sparkle it up. So adorable. All right, next fun fold. This is, like I said, this is a bonus video today. You're getting 4 fun folds in a row. All right, this one is super cute. I'll show you the close-up on our Halloween card. Is we have our little lady peeking through the iridescent treat bag window. And the way that I made this kind of porthole cover is with 2 stylish shaped dies stacked on top of each other. And we used the stylish shape die for that, just so everything is so tidy. All right, now this card is a little bit more involved, and it's going to have some fun moving parts. All right, so we're gonna start with 2, I would call them 2 card bases, because you can see it opens like this, and I didn't use 12 by 12 paper. I suppose you could use 12 by 12 paper, but this is a way to do it with 8.5 by 11 paper. So you make 2 card bases, and you have 1 regular one, and then this one we've cut off a little edge of it with our what is sailing, the sailing dies. Sunrise sailing. Okay, so, and you're gonna need to put the die facing you and run it through the machine like this, because it can't go like this through the machine. I don't know if that makes any sense. You'll figure that out. Okay, so when you're building this card base, you want to offset it just a tad from the edge so that these fold over easily. Okay, if you bud them up too close to each other, then this won't fold closed. Okay, so you're just gonna put a decent amount of adhesive on this layer, because you're putting a whole cardstock layer down. So what we're gonna do is line this up. I hope y'all can see. Yeah, you can see that. Hopefully you've got it just about a 1/16 of an inch from that edge, and then this folds over perfectly. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put our piece of designer paper here on this layer. All right, make sure our pears, now when you're cutting the pear paper, do pay attention because the pears are kind of all going one direction. So you want to make sure that you cut it in the right direction. All right, here's what I was talking about, those little circles. So this one I'm going to stick down by closing that and just putting that right in the circle, and it fits perfectly because that's the same die that I used to cut that hole. So that's the Stylish Shapes dies circle. And then this I'm actually going to put down with some mini glue dots. And you do want to carefully place them so they're not hanging over the edge. 3 should do. You could also use liquid glue, but oh my goodness, you guys know liquid glue, and I will use it if I have to, but if I can get away with not using it, I don't, because I just feel like a kid in kindergarten with that stuff. But when you need it, it's perfect because it will put layers together like no one's business. All right, so we're gonna stick that down around that porthole, just to give that a fun little fun fold situation. And then we're gonna die cut a couple of pears again from the designer paper, which I did not do. I meant to, but you've got that die here that's going to cut the pears from the designer paper, and you're going to stick it up with dimensionals. And then inside of our card we're going to stamp "Thank you" with Secret C. And if we're, oh my gosh, hello. If we're going to be this fancy with our fun folds, then we're going to put a little strip of designer paper there just to make it fancier. And I really bonked that one. I know some of them I got a little bit off on, but I got super off on that. So we're just gonna cut that. Oh my gosh, my fingers are Secret C covered. Wipe them off before we go to the next card. Okay, so center that, bam, put your little pear there, and then let's go with the Secret C embellishments here, just to give it a little sparkle and shine. I love how those embellishments are going to show through that little porthole, giving them a little tease. And then I also, when I made this card, what I did is I just tied the ribbon just fully around the card so that it just kind of held it shut. And then the receiver of this card can untie the ribbon and open it up. If you're careful, you can get that gold to show through both sides. When you tie your bow, you do the best mother. Anyway, that is that adorable card with our sweet ribbon. And our final fun fold is my favorite. This one, because it has so many layers to it, I think it's so pretty. And it utilizes the designer paper as the actual base of the card. So you're going to start with a whole, almost a half a sheet of designer paper. It's 5.5 by 12, and you're going to score it. When you're scoring it, you want to pay attention to score from this side first. Okay, 1 3/4. I think it's 4 3/4 and 7 3/4. Okay, and then you're going to fold it so it goes mountain, valley, mountain. Does that make sense? Okay, then my pears are upside down. So let's do it this way. Let's make this card be opposite of the other one so that our pears are going up. All right. And then I have tons of these arches. All right. These are the everyday arches. Last I saw, they were on low inventory. So we have some big ones, mediums, and small ones. So we're going to put the biggest one right here. Ah, I got so excited about that. That centers. And then we're going to take the medium one. And first we're going to stick, I believe that's what I did here. Let's check. Yes. We're going to stick, oh, that's pretty. Which one? Oh, I think I like that one better. They're both pretty, but it kind of surprised me there when I saw it. So we're just gonna stick this across as a little cuteness. And we're gonna stamp "A good friend is a gift." Did I? Let's stamp "Congratulations." You can use either of your stamps, but I'm gonna use "Congratulations." And this one is going to go down there. And you're not using dimensionals here because these are there's so much going on here. Now, when I did this video for my Halloween class, I bonked this up. So when you stick this down, you want to make sure and not put adhesive on this side of the arch, okay? So you want to keep your adhesive over here. So you're putting it like on this edge in the middle, and that's it, because you don't want it to stick. Now you're lining it up with that medium size arch underneath it so that it covers it up nicely, okay? And then you're just going to take a piece of this designer paper. Let's do that. I think that looks good. And you're going to stick that there. Is that correct? Nope. Sorry, this one goes here on the front. Nope. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Okay, that luckily we didn't screw that up too bad. It looks like I just made this one a little smaller than on my example. No, I did the same. Y'all just ignore me. So that little piece goes there, and then this piece, you're going to stick this piece down to make your little, again, I think this kind of looks like a table for your pear to sit on. And you're gonna trim that off. And then again, you're just gonna stick this on this side and cover up that arch from the layer before and stick that down. And then you're going to stamp "Hello," and you're going to put a little pear there. Now on this card, I think I'm just going to give a little teeny tiny bow to my pear on the very front. And get this as small as possible. And we're going to stick that on our bow. On our pear with a mini glue dot. And then I think the color of embellishments that we want to use here, I'm going to go with the green. And we're just going to really go pretty with these embellishments. All right, I'm going to shift that over a little because I don't want it to cover up my sentiment there. Okay, so there is our final fun fold. We have 4 Perfectly Pear Fun Folds, and let's zip through them again. Ooh, pretty. This one. Boom. This one. Voila. And our final one here. Hello, good to see you, Annika. And I've got some more pear cards to show you. These are from my team members. This is from Khaki Klein. This is from Gail Tudor. Paula, I love this I just noticed how clever that is. And this is a swap from, how does it open? Oh, Julie Davison. She's so talented. And let's see. Those are all, oh, here's some more Pear cards. I knew I had more. These are cards that we made at Stamp Technique class when we were learning how to make lots of fancy bows. This is a swap. Another swap. This is from Janie Backer. From Sandy Carlson. This one is from Kim Williams. And the final one is from Amy Rich. So I hope you enjoyed our little pear party. Again, my name is Kay Cogbill. When you purchase $35 from me online, you'll get this whole tutorial to make the Pear Fun Folds and the Halloween Fun Folds. It works both ways. Don't forget the in color sale. You can get the Pefectly Pears designer paper, the low profile dots, the Secret Sea cardstock, the Secret Sea ink, and the Darling Duck cardstock on sale this week. Super exciting. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.